we have one of the scare actors out already. This large green monster right over here. Good afternoon from Universal Studios Orlando. Today we are here for the final update before Halloween Horror Nights begins. Let's head inside. Let's go see all the spooky stuff. Okay, let's go. We are starting off super hot. Right when we enter the gate, you could see there's multiple trusses set up for the front scare zone. Now, normally, this area of the scare zone right at the beginning, you have to walk further into where the Minion Land area is, but because of the new Minion ride and stuff like that, they have moved it forward, and honestly, I think that's great. The only problem with that is that if you are trying to avoid getting scared at Horror Nights, which trust me, there are people that are that way, unfortunately, it's probably gonna be a lot harder to avoid the scares right at the beginning, but after that, there is a certain path you'd be able to take. Maybe we'll do a Scaredy Cats guide type video once the event actually starts. We'll see. One more detail about this scare zone here is that this platform up here is most likely going to have scare actors up there. You know why I say that? Because this is a staircase within here that goes all the way up to the top, and they normally never have that on any of these like entryway arches. So, I mean, obviously nothing guaranteed because I am simply just a fan, but I think this is going to happen. I think we are going to have scare actors up top. It's very high. Is that high?
That is pretty high, and I think your assumption is correct. If I'm honest, I see the stairs.
This is going to be great. Also, Blake is with us today.
Hi. How you guys doing?
Subscribe. We are not done with this entrance scare zone. Right here, we have a stage setup. Now, we've had stage setups before here at Halloween Horror Nights, specifically over in the San Francisco area and up here front with the, what is it, the Pumpkin King? And we have little foot triggers up here as well. This is going to be Dr. Oddfellow's oddities or something like that, but all these foot triggers are going to trigger probably mini shows where we will see lighting effects and voiceover type stuff, lip syncing kind of things, like we saw back over by the San Francisco area last year with the like Witches Coven type show. Moving on to the New York area, we have Vamp 69, which is a like groovy music festival, supposed to be kind of like Woodstock, I think. Let me show you some details. Now, obviously, this is the main set piece of the entire scare zone, the festival stage. And if you can't tell, they have actual instruments up here. Obviously, some ones that they don't mind having out in the weather because this one is already destroyed. We have some motorcycles over here because I guess it's supposed to be like a Sturgis rally at the same time. If you know, you know. And then we don't have we do have a full drum set back there behind there, but it's a kid-sized drum set. I could already tell you like that, and it was set up by somebody who doesn't play drums, which is normally the case. This is not negative. I'm just making observations. It should be fun. It should be fun.
So I'm a little bit more creative than Ryan. So I said I would love for them to have a vampire looking like Jimi Hendrix. Just saying. Think a little bit more there, Ryan. Right?
Why you gotta insult me? I'm creative. Once in a while I come up with a creative idea.
No, you do.
About once a month.
I got
okay.
Look, this is like our third video together. It's time just to bust your.
I gotta bleep that out.
I know. I hope you do.
My main question is, will they allow moshing this year at Halloween Horror Nights? Because I want to throw down to this groovy disco music that they'll probably not disco. It's not gonna be disco. What is it? What would it be?
It's like Woodstock, dude.
What is Woodstock?
Woodstock, somewhere in '69.
Like Limp Bizkit.
No.
Right? They played at Woodstock. One really cool aspect of these vehicles that are back here, they are not real vehicles. You want to know why? Because they have little like forklift inserts, and they're just going to put it on a forklift and bring it out there. Can you tell? Isn't that cool?
That is actually really cool. I never noticed that before. It's like you know everything.
I'm just
I hope that didn't sound sarcastic. I was trying to be funny.
No, you're good. The only reason I know this is because they have used this in like Hollywood backlot type settings, because if you just have a shell of a car, it's a lot cheaper and easier to move that way if it's just going to be parked on the side of a road anyway in the background, far background of movie or TV show. And it's good to see they're still doing that kind of thing here for Halloween Horror Nights. Right backed up to the New York Scare Zone area, we have some food booths, including The Last of Us, which just went up a few nights ago. These birds are crazy today. As of a few nights ago, it just went up, so let's show you what we're looking at. Apparently, on top of the food that they sell here, they also sell fedoras. Apparently, that's all it says here for the menu items so far, but we,
What?
Fedora. Fedora. Universal has already premiered some of the items they're selling here at the Halloween Horror Nights event for food, because they have like an add-on, like ticketed event that they have before the event that's like a tasting preview. I'm gonna flash up some graphics on screen because of this. Personally, I think it costs way too much money. Originally, they posted it $160, $180 to try food for like an hour or two. Honestly, way too much for that. And you could just wait till the event and try the things that actually look good once you see some vloggers review them and be the ones to pay that much money. So, but The Last of Us stuff is part of what's included in that. We have arrived here at Sting Alley. If you're wondering what Sting Alley is, it's these two alleys that are behind me here in the New York area, kind of on the backside of the lagoon, little reference point right there, for a Last of Us area that also sells fedoras apparently. And we're gonna hand it off to our friend Blake, who has actually played the full game at one point. So he's gonna kind of give a little bit of a tour of this area.
So Fedora, but also known as Fedra, is in the game New America. So America completely just gets wiped out and they start a new government. And of course, because any new government, it doesn't do well. You're also going to find a lot of these symbols around here, right over here. This symbol is what we call the Fireflies. Fireflies are the rebellion, the resistance of course, Fedra.
Isn't that a song by Owls?
I believe so. Making me really go in my brain here to remember the game I played. I think with The Last of Us, the first game came out in 2013.
I think it was, 2013.
So you're making me really trying to dive into my brain right now to remember all this. But of course, it is a game based off of a ending apocalypse, which happened to be an infection very similar to zombies, but it was developed by mushrooms, like live eating mushrooms, which the scary thing is actually true. Those mushrooms can take over bugs, animals, never people, but the idea was that this type of mushroom could take over people, and so you have The Last of Us. And if you haven't played the game, I do recommend the show, because the show is very close to the game. So if you don't want to play the game but watch the show, the story is identical, and they did a very good job. On HBO Max now, not HBO, or it's called Max. For the third name change. Of course, it's nothing without some Easter eggs. So right over here we have the current hour, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. because in the show and in the game, Fedra, to control the people that are living in the area, want to make sure everyone has a certain curfew to keep them out. Not necessarily from the zombies, but just to control the people, because Fedra was corrupt.
Also, this does double as a curfew of Halloween Horror Nights. You definitely should not be staying past 6 a.m. Don't do that. Don't be a bad guest. Make sure you get out at least by 2:30. It officially ends at 2 a.m., which is a much better deal for this ticket than Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. If you haven't watched that vlog of ours, we stopped for one of the shark attack drinks for Blake over here at the Jaws bar. What is it called? I can't say it. Anyways, we stopped here for one of the Jaws drinks here for Blake, and guess what we got from one of the bartenders? During Halloween Horror Nights, there's going to be a brand new Jaws themed drink that is going to be called a Zombie Shark Attack. We don't obviously have any further information beyond that, but a little bit of a green tint to almost the same drink, but a little bit of a nice flair, maybe a different show. If you haven't seen it, they normally do a little show when they pour it and stuff. Kind of cool, right? Okay, let's move on. Honestly, this might be one of the sleepers of the scare zones this year, because Dead Man's Pier last year was my favorite house of all time here at Halloween Horror Nights that I've been in, and this is having a similar vibe. I think they caught on to the fact that the fans loved that house so much and said, hey, this year let's do a scare zone in a similar vibe. All of the little spots here are amazing, including some cages that the scare actors are going to be in, which is great for those who don't like people being right in your face. And lighting rigs, everything like that. It's going to be a really cool thing. The set looks amazing in this area.
So I've been going to Horror Nights for close to 10 years now, and one thing I really like, they've been doing more custom houses. So you'll find a lot of houses over the years that they did a lot of themings. They did Aliens, Halloween plenty of times, Scream, you name it. They've done almost everything. But now in the last few years, they've done a lot of their custom houses, and me and I think a lot of other fans of Horror Nights have absolutely loved all the custom houses they've done. And last year with Dead Man's Pier was probably a top house.
I guess the first inkling that we have that Dr. Oddfellow might not be a good guy is because he clearly parked his big van in a no parking zone. What an You're a wizard, Harry. We're going into Diagon Alley. Sorry, was that bad? Now, the reason we have dipped into Diagon Alley is because we are doing a video for Blake's channel that is where I pick all of his treats, 5 treats here at Universal, and he gets to rank them in order, but he has to rank them after he tries it. So if you put something at 1 right at the beginning, it stays at 1, and that's kind of how it works. But he also doesn't know anything that I'm giving him whatsoever before he sees it in front of him or even tastes it. Honestly, this one, he doesn't technically know what it is yet because he hasn't tasted it.
I'm like low-key scared because you're mean. Isn't this not chocolate? What did you get me?
Chocolate chili.
I'm feeling it now. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom. It doesn't hit you at first, so at first you think it's just like regular chocolate ice cream, but later while it lingers, my mouth is on fire. Ryan is a very good friend. You know, he knows how to do this. There's also butterbeer ice cream. Get that instead. This is a horrible choice. Great friend though. 10 out of 10. Get yourself a Ryan.
One more thing that I wanted to mention, as of last night as a recording, a brand new sign went up, and it's something everybody knew was going to be happening. Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream. Nightmare Fuel's been here for the past, 3 years, and it's a great stage show. I'm honestly not a fan of stage shows, so I probably won't be going too often, if at all, but it's one that I know is a fan favorite, and I'm definitely looking forward to it coming back because it was very, very impressive, but the sign is up now. There you go. Here's another update. Blake challenged me to get him a bad snack. And we were just in the gift shop at Men in Black, and I saw these bacon and cheese crickets. So,
You're not nice, bro. I'm a tough guy. I'm a tough guy. Remember to comment down below if you would do this. I'm taking the whole thing, okay?
do not do
I'm doing the whole thing for you. I'm doing the whole thing for you.
Back here, right next to the Men in Black ride, we do have an entrance for one of the houses, which we don't know for sure what it's going to be. Traditionally, it's been one of the tent houses in the back, but this year, I believe, rumor has it might end up being for the Last of Us house, the entrance here, because normally where that house entrance would be is completely blocked from construction. All right, we are almost done with our construction updates here at Universal Studios. We are entering the last of 2 scare zones here, which this one is themed after a jungle. We're gonna take you through a little quick tour of what we have here. And this one honestly is probably the most put together out of any of them so far. Boom. Here's a lightning quick tour of the Jungle Scare Zone. First, we have this amazing stage up here, which they had previously, not last year, but a similar stage for another spooky whatever. Here's a clip of it. As we walk through here, we have what they call these little boo boxes, scare zones, where they have this little what is it called? Like a thing to hide behind for some scary people. That one, I don't know if it's for sure one. This one, oh my goodness, look at this artifact right here. We have a vintage camera. This is amazing. This could be like a King Kong style, like where Jack Black in the King Kong movie, you know what I mean? Where it's like he's trying to make a film, trying to document this cool jungle island thing. Oh my goodness. We have one of the scare actors out already. This large green monster right over here. There's been a crashed plane. I don't know who is driving this. Probably not Sully, because he would have done a better job and probably landed on the lagoon over here. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it also seems like they ejected before they landed because we have a parachute up here in the trees, which honestly is super cool, and I'm glad that they have like details in like 360 rather than just like in front of you as a set piece on a little stage or whatever. If you can't tell, this is the most dense scare zone. Right here we have another film camera. Actually, this is a photo camera, not a film, because they would have the crank thing on it, and it's with all the other gear that he has, so that's cool. Oh my goodness, what if one of the icons is in this area? The director, do you guys know who the director is? He's one of the Halloween Horror Nights icons. And if he's doing a film in the jungle and he crash lands, but he's the bad guy. He's the one who's murdering the locals.
That is a big brain idea, right?
That is a great idea.
That's a big brain idea. Big brain idea right there.
That's what I'm thinking. It's bats. It's bats, guys. That's a trend on TikTok right now, apparently. I wouldn't know. I've never scrolled the For You page ever. And our final scare zone here that we are hitting up is the Dark Zodiac. This is a location that was different from what we originally speculated in, but this whole area is probably the least decorated so far. as you could probably tell. Something that we could most likely expect from this scare zone is a lot more of these platforms, and as well, there's a lot of room in the middle. In the past 2 or 3 years, they've had the ability to roll out different, like, either trucks or little, what is it called? Like, trailers with little other scare things happening on it as well, and that's probably gonna happen because there's way too much space already in this scare zone that just is not being used. We're headed over to the other park. Don't go anywhere because we're showing you guys some behind the scenes of some short form content that we were posting probably even the same day that this comes out, or I don't even know if it's getting posted at all, but you're gonna see the behind the scenes of it anyway. So the gimmick of this video is that we're over here by Dudley Do Right's Ripsaw Falls, and I'm gonna use one of these to get people soaked, but the person is actually gonna be Blake, but I'm gonna blur out his face. And I'm gonna like pretend, and after, I should not be showing my card. I'm gonna blur out his face, and then after he gets off the ride, he like approaches me and is really pissed off. Like it's like a fake viral moment that I just think is funny in the first place. But we're gonna try to make that work. If it gets posted, you'll know.
I want you to understand that it's taken a lot of mental capacity for me to do this. I don't like this ride, and I'm gonna get soaked, but for the love of vlogs.
We're on number 4, which is right down there. And I'm gonna press the button. Here they come. Here, back up a little bit. I feel these people are gonna see me. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Oh my God. I feel like such a piece of shit. Oh, I can't do this.
Bro, the fact that it's gonna be me that has to do this, dude, if it was an actual total stranger,
I might get an actual stranger to come and approach me. Like, I might not need to fake this one.
Oh my God. The spray goes for all 4 passengers on the boat. It's not just gonna be me.
I was hoping that the ride would be very not busy today, but it's very busy. Every single one of them is full, because I was like, oh, maybe he can request to go alone if there's no line. But there's a line, clearly. Whew. Let's ruin someone's day.
I can't wait to see the cut after this of how soaked I'm about to be. So let's just, nice little jump shot, okay? Nice little jump shot. Yeah, Brian's a good guy. I got soaked. If you ever rode that ride before, there is no getting away from water. You get absolutely drenched. Was it fun? Actually, yeah, but I am soaked. I have Crocs on. Squish, squish, squish. Thanks, Ryan.
So if you are looking for some fun, it does cost
Was that really you? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You sprayed me in the head. Why'd you spray me?
This is for a video.
Cool. I don't care. I don't care if it was for a video. What, are you a YouTuber or something? No one cares. No one cares.
That is it for the video. We're gonna go home and edit and see how this turns out, because I don't know. This is a lot to paste together. It's a lot to make work with these like fake viral type things, and I kind of missed a shot completely. But I'm gonna edit it some magic to make it work. Here is the final product from after my edit at home. Okay, let's ruin someone's day. So if you have an extra $1 or anything,
was that you? That wasn't cool, dude. You sprayed me in the face on the ride. I was already wet already. You got even more wet. What are you, some YouTuber or something? No one cares.
Yeah,
no one cares.
I'm recording.
I don't care. That's great. I hope you get it on the internet.
That is it for us here at Universal Studios Florida. What are you most excited for this year's Halloween Horror Nights? Are you going to go? If you aren't going, which I'm sure a lot of my viewers might not be going, also please let me know. Thank you very, very much for joining me, Blake. If you haven't subscribed to him, what the heck are you doing?
What?
That's it for us today. Bye.